the show. Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You are watching Live with LWL, Lindsay with Love, and today is January 15th, 2025. It still feels so weird to say 2025. It is Wednesday morning, and I'm an energy artist here to spread my soul mission of raising the frequency of the planet, and I do that by reminding you how powerful you are naturally, energetically, and spiritually. So let's get on with the show. Hey, Lindsay, welcome to the chat. Hey, Jaden. Hey, Ali, welcome to the show. Nicole's in the house. Hey, Nicole. Good morning, Shay Shay. Cynthia's in the house. Victoria's in the house. Oh my gosh. If you're new here, say hello. VIP Ali, good morning, my friend. If you're new here, please say hello. If you plan on sticking around, we're talking about spiritual laws that you must remember. It's important because sometimes we forget the spiritual laws, right? So I'm going to revisit that conversation with you guys. By the way, it's not going to be in any particular order and not any specific laws. These are laws that came into my brain this morning because I've been experiencing them myself. So I think it's important to remind you. So that's that. And then we're going to talk about finding your soul purpose. And I'm going to share with you a couple of things around how I really figured out mine. Catherine says, good morning. Oh my gosh, I love all of the happiness in the chat this morning. VIP Double D's is in the house. Hey, Double D's. Hey, Chana. Thank you. Chana is how you say your name, I hope. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. VIP Deborah is in the house. All right, everybody's here. Let's get going. When VIP Deborah enters the room, says, okay, it's time to get to work. Let's go. So let me make sure I've got my YouTube streaming, which I do. We're going to pull this out over here. Just getting myself a little situated. Hit 5K this morning. Go on, Ali. Congratulations, VIP Ali. That is awesome. Good morning, VIP Deborah. Okay, all right, let's go. Emily's in the house. Hey, Emily, good morning. Well, I did. LOL. What? Well, I did. LOL. Hit 5K. Yeah, I obviously. I figured that part out. VIP Deborah, thank you for the heart meet. Okay, so first and foremost, a couple of spiritual laws. This is going to be a little bit of a hodgepodgey type of conversation. Thank you, VIP Deborah, for the Superwoman hands. If we hit our goal of 8, I'll pick some random members out of the audience and we will do some live manifesting together. This is going to be a little bit hodgepodgey, but it's simply because these are ideas that have been flying into my brain this morning based on what I've been seeing on TikTok, either on my own page, on other TikToks I've seen. And so I just thought, like, okay, they're good reminders for me, so how about I remind them to you as well? So there are laws that govern our universe, right? And they're called universal laws. Depending on who you talk to, there's 12, there could be 24, there's 18. But most of them are kind of like, there's like a good group of them, there could be 7, right? Depending on what you read, whatever. We're not going to go into all of them today. That's not what this lesson is about. This lesson is about the ones that I'm remembering and wanted to remind you of. VIP Ali says, I was like, I don't know if it will be taken as me, everyone to hitting 5K likes on your stream. Oh, I see. The coffee's still kicking in. No worries. So things to remember. Number 1, if you see something good in somebody else, that energy lives inside of you. If you see some talent inside of somebody else, that talent lives inside of you. If you see somebody is very confident, outgoing, charismatic, guess what? You are also outgoing and confident and charismatic. Now, perhaps it's a little bit buried at the moment, right? But that's okay. The important thing is to honor and acknowledge this information. I have a little fly buzzing around, maybe from my plants. Hello from the other side. Well, hello, Bob. VIP Deborah says, wow. Now, the opposite is also true. So when you recognize negativity in somebody else or start to accidentally judge them, honor the fact that that also lives inside of you. So it's not just a positive street. We're going, both ways here. Both sides of the polar world, because the law of polarity is part of our universe, right? There's hot and cold, good and bad, high and low, dark and light. It could go on and on and on, right? On and on and on. Now, the important part to remember here is this. If you see something negative or wrong or bad in somebody else, that is your perspective and that is you judging. And that's okay. Because sometimes we accidentally judge, right? Sometimes. What you do in those moments is you catch yourself and you say, oh, I realize I'm accidentally judging somebody. So I'm going to send compassion to that part of me because it lives in me, because I can see it in somebody else. And I'm going to send love and compassion, and I'm going to honor myself as a whole person. And I'm also going to, send some high vibrational apology, energy, love and compassion to the other person that I accidentally judged in my mind, right? So that's an easy fix. We don't have to get down on ourselves. We don't need to spiral. We don't need to go for days. Oh my gosh, I've got bad karma coming to me because I judged somebody. No. You can say, oh my gosh, I just realized I judged somebody. And if I can see that in somebody else, then I know it lives in me. And that's okay, right? Because nobody's perfect and nobody is only positive energies, right? Nobody is only positive energies. And that's what the self-love journey really is. It's honoring all parts of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? We listen and we don't judge. That trend was interesting, to say the least. Very interesting, VIP Catherine. Ash Rising, welcome to the chat. Good morning, Court. Thanks for being back here. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so Good Wisdom Wednesday morning, everyone. Oh, I like that, Shay Shay. I like that. So allow it to be both ways. But I think the part that's quite easy is the negative part, right? Walking around judging everybody, especially in this day and age, is quite easy. We expose ourselves on the internet. We put ourselves out there to be seen. But I will promise you that if you don't judge people, others are not going to really harshly judge you. Step one. Step two, if you accidentally judge somebody after you've been practicing not judging somebody, because there's still those moments that might creep in, you say, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm so sorry. Mind to mind, I'm sorry for judging you, sending love and compassion, honoring that part of you, recognizing that part lives inside of you, and say, you know what? Okay, love and compassion to me as well. Now, that part, easy peasy. The part that I think most people forget is you're out there hyping people up. You're out there seeing all this good in somebody, but you forget if you can see it in somebody else, then it lives inside of you. And that's a part that I would say take with you today. What is all the beauty that you see in somebody else? You see somebody say, wow, that person has such a nice voice. And so you realize, oh, that I have that potential in me. Now, once again, it's a potential, it's there, right? Because we are all things all the time. Are you going to honor and are you going to cultivate that potential? It's your choice. You don't have to. But if you look at somebody and say, wow, that person has just like a really glowing aura. Well, guess what? So could you. Maybe you do. Of course you do, because you see it in them, right? Totally as above, so below. VIP, Ali says, I'm a day off. I thought it was Tuesday. It's a Wednesday. VIP Catherine says, it's my new motto to share. I don't judge and remind others constantly not to judge others. Yeah, it's not our job to do that. We already have enough of a job just managing our own energy. If you're somebody who's practicing your own energy every single day, you recognize the requirements it takes. And kudos to you for doing it, because most people don't. Most people don't. I wrote a post about that yesterday. I felt very proud of that post because I was like, you know, someone needs to say it. I said it. Yeah, as above, so below. Exactly, Shay Shay. Olga says, negative entities are necessary challenges placed in the world to help us enlighten. Yeah, I think negative entities, challenges, catalysts, it's all kind of the same, right? How can we experience the beauty of true love if we've never experienced heartbreak? How can we experience the beauty of self-love if we've never, been in the trenches of our own worthiness and our own insecurities? Yeah, of course, right? That's why the law of polarity is here for us, because otherwise, I don't know, would it be boring? I don't know, right? I don't live in that world, so I don't quite know. Maybe it would be boring. Although I live in a world where I don't really talk gossip or anything like that, and it feels good and it's creative. So maybe not. Maybe we would all just be wild artists, just like roaming around, just like building a world of art. I think that would be what it was. VIP Ali says, finally had a date with my hubby last night, built a bunk bed. So I guess I threw me off, huh? Wait, what? Yeah, right. I did say it. Because most people will wake up and then they won't practice their knowledge and their wisdom, and they'll get really frustrated. I know, I was one of those people. I was like, I know this, I know this, I know this. And how annoying is that? It's like, okay, well, if you know all that, then why are you still insecure? If you know all of that, then why are you still judging people? If you know all of that, why are you talking? Why are you gossiping? If you know all of that, why are you still negative self-talking? If you know all of that, you know what I mean? So it's like, walk the talk. That, and Florence Scovel reminded us, she says, if you have the wisdom and you don't actually implement the wisdom, you're causing more suffering than if you never had the wisdom to begin with. That's why they say ignorance is bliss, right? Ignorance is bliss. Awake with Music, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. VIP Deborah says, Mark starts listening to TV, then the negative comes in. I say I'm not watching this. Yeah, I don't either. I read. My partner, we don't really watch much negative stuff anymore. Like, we really aren't interested. I used to be like an investigation discovery TV addict, like true crime. And then I was like, I'm getting entertainment from somebody's sister being like not exactly the form of entertainment I want to be consuming. And now I just read. And I shouldn't say I just read. I read and I expand my knowledge so I can share with you guys. So that's what I do. VAPLI says, since I was doing things outside my routine, it threw me off. Oh, I was like, huh? I was like, he threw you off the bunk bed? I was like, what is happening here? Thank you for the clarification. I was like, I'm sure it's not anything bad, but I was like, threw you off. Got it. VAPLI says, would agree, everything you're saying, the stuff that plays on fear, I want nothing to do with, yeah. I do love to gossip though. Well, Shay, you can keep that for yourself. I'm not going to comment on that. VIP Deborah, I never even thought of it that way, but that is spot on. Yeah, it is. It is. So step one, if you see something good in someone else, it's in you, and maybe you just need to cultivate it a little bit, right? Keep practicing. And if you see something bad in someone else, maybe it's very obvious in you, or maybe it's very deep down and you're like, oh my gosh. And either way, you just send compassion both ways, to yourself, to the person first, and then to yourself, right? And that's how you kind of wrap up that and close that loop, energetically speaking. The karma isn't going to get you when you send the love after you've accidentally judged somebody. I saw a TikTok today. So all this was prompted by TikTok, by the way, all of this. So I saw a TikTok today where the girl, and this isn't necessarily, thank you for allowing me to keep it. Yeah, you can keep it. I mean, it's your life to live. I'm not, whatever. I choose not to gossip. That's my choice. But you choose what you want to do. A girl on TikTok, her handle, for the first time ever, I actually put down the handle because I was like, I have to remember who said it. So it's a person named @Tara D. Francisco. I didn't look at anything else on her page. I just went to her page to look at her handle, so I don't know what she's about. But she said this, and I thought it was important to remember. She says, maybe you don't realize how good you're doing because you keep raising the bar. I thought, wow, say it, Tara. And I was happy for that. I was happy for that. Because I was like, yeah, most people need to remember that. We are so programmed to go to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, that we are constantly moving our bar, right? And so we have to remember sometimes, like, how far we've come. Whether it's learning your energy, whether it's stepping into pushing past a fear, whether it's learning some new technology like I am right now to optimize my website and streamline things. Like, there's so many things on the day-to-day we could be proud of, but we forget and we go on to the next thing because we're programmed from a very young age to be productive little citizens of society, right? Go to school, do your homework, go to sports, go to bed. Go to school, do your homework, go to sports, go to bed. Always moving, doing the work. But when do we celebrate? And so I was like, oh, that's really good. So I don't know what she's about. Once again, I just saw that and I was like, that's, I need to remember. Thank you for the donuts, Shay, and lighting up my gift gallery and the roses. I appreciate you. VIP Ellie says, I used to have a motto that I wouldn't judge someone personally until I met them. Now, I believe that even if they aren't my cup of tea or energy, I just try to wish them well on their journey instead of judging them for why they treat people the way they do. I have no idea what's going on in their lives. Also, like, why are we putting so much attention and effort towards strangers we don't know? Because think about the amount of energy you have in your body on any given day. You can always reset your energy, you can always ground in, you can always meditate, you can always do the heart breathing, right? But I think about my body in the morning as like a fueled machine. I'm up here, I'm like overflowing vibes. If I were to go on the internet and start like passing judgment on people I'm never gonna see again because they were on my For You page one time, like that's just depleting my precious energy. And I do think my energy is precious. It is precious, right? So why are we wasting it? That's kind of my thought on it. Mars, thank you for the follow. Indigo Child, thank you for the follow. Yeah, you never know. Exactly, Shay. Good morning, VIP Aaron. Love my robe. Thank you so much. Miss Arawinda, I think is how you say your name. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. M. Sarah Winda. Oh, I'm not sure. I think it's, Mrs. Arawinda. I think that's what it is. Thank you. It's Missoni. It really is. Good morning. Exactly. Okay. So that I thought was interesting. So let's go on to the next one. So the next one was this was prompted by somebody leaving a comment on one of my videos that was very broad around how all of the person's exes have been psychopaths. That was a comment that was left. I will probably find it and delete it. I don't like broad statements because to me it's like very stereotypical, and I don't really like stereotypes either because we're all individuals. So I have a problem with that. I'm not judging this person, by the way. I'm just like, to me, it was a low vibe comment that I don't want on my page. So I started thinking about this person's comment, and I started thinking about this person. And if you have something in your life where all of something else outside of you is the problem, I would take a moment and sit with that. Take a moment and sit with that. If everything outside of you is the problem, can we trace back to the actual energetic imbalance? I'm not going to call it a problem. I'm going to call it an energetic imbalance. So I thought, like, when we make these big kind of all-in or stereotype statements, I wonder about the person's energy that makes that statement, right? And I would say if things aren't going your life in a way that's very obvious. I've gotten laid off from every single job I've ever had. I've been fired from every single job I've ever had. Something where it's like in the same niche. All of my exes have been psychopaths. Take that statement and let's trail it back to some thoughts maybe that you have, to some feelings that you exude, to the energy you're giving out. I'm a mathematician, sort of. Oh my gosh, I just remembered a dream now that I said that. I had a dream last night that they were like, you're a mathematician. And I was like, I haven't done, oh my gosh, just remembered my whole dream. I was like, I haven't done math since like 15 years or something. I got the degree, but I never really used it. And the guy was so upset with me, my professor, and I was trying to get a passport, and I could only get the passport if I remembered this formula. Oh my gosh. I have to write this down in my journal later. I'll remember it later. Anyway, but I do have a bit of a math degree. So I look at the common denominator of things quite often. So if you can clump something into everything outside of me is the problem, but that's all very similar things, what is the common denominator? Well, the common denominator is your energy. Your energy, not anybody else's. Because you are attached to all these things, and all of these things are the problem besides you, right? So let me get caught up with the comments, sit with that. And by the way, I'm not saying this is for any of you. I'm saying I saw this comment on TikTok, and I think it's important to be able to trail back when we have these big all-in statements, these big stereotype statements. What was the thought that created, oh my gosh, you guys, what a magical freaking day. I just looked up over there, and there is like a whole on little rainbow in a cloud. Today is going to be such a beautiful day. The internet tried to stop me today. My computer was being crazy. I still logged on time. Life is good. Okay, let me get caught up with the comments, and then we'll keep going. Courtney, the robe is Missoni. Thank you for the compliment. Ali says, I meant specifically for people in reality and stuff on the internet, but also you just hit it. Yeah, but can't we just like accept people for what they are anyway? Like, do we have to pass a judgment? Like, we could just say my energy vibed with that person, or my energy was not really aligned with that person. But like, you know what I mean? Like, we could even take it back even further. HMS, Deb, thank you for the follow. Something profound to me in your response to that, but thank you. VIP Ali says, how do I stop letting energy vampires bother me at work? Shield your energy, Obs. Step into your power, Mara says. And walk away, VIP Deborah says. Yeah, Obs, you can shield your energy. The first pinned video on my TikTok page is a chakra cleanse, grounding, centering, shielding meditation. So I would do that for yourself. Catherine says, VIP Catherine says, Taylor Swift song, hi, it's me, I'm the problem, right? Courtney, it's from Missoni, Missoni, Missoni. Thank you for the follow. Court says, wow, you're so right. Yep, exactly, Mars. We all have our own reality because nobody has our perspective. Not a single soul has your DNA. Not a single soul, even your brother and your sisters and your siblings and whoever, they have different experiences growing up than you. You're treated in a way by your parents, even if your parents try your best to be super even Stevens. That was a blast from the 90s, right? You're still going to have a different vibe with each of your parents. There is not a single soul that has your reality. Not a single soul. So how could you even think that you would go around being able to say like, oh, all these people are this and all these people are this? It just is wild to me. I'm like, So yeah, maybe go, in my mind, I'm thinking if I were to do that, if I were that person, what I would actually sit with is, why do I think that all of my exes are psychopaths? And if I do still believe that, what did I do to attract that energy in, right? What did I do to attract that energy in? Shay, thank you for sharing the live. Good morning, everyone. You're welcome, Courtney. Music. Court says, Shay, good morning. All right, so let's keep going. Mars says, your frequency makes your reality. Or a song. You can make songs, but you still remain you. Yep, even Stevens. Wow, it's crazy how much the shows have changed from the 90s, right? VIP Ali? I was like, where did that come from? Hello, Jasmine Romero on YouTube. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Thank you for being here. Okay. The last thing that I was thinking about remembering, and maybe we'll get into some Florence Scovel Shinn today. Oh no, sorry. After this, we're talking about finding your purpose. So we're right on track. So the last thing I was thinking about remembering is this. Sometimes we're meant to quit things in life, right? Sometimes we're actually meant to quit things because it's not our path. It's not what we're meant for. We're meant for greater, different, whatever, however you want to put it. And I started thinking about this idea of being a quitter. And I know when I grew up, like, we were not quitters in our family. We were not quitters. Now, that's good and bad, right? Because if you're so wired to not be a quitter and it's time to actually quit something, like energetically speaking, the universe is like, door is slamming, door is slamming, door is slamming. It is time to quit this thing. And you're like, no, but I'm not a quitter. You would miss out maybe on some opportunities, right? You might miss out on some opportunities. So I told you this was going to be a little bit of a hodgepodge thing, but I started thinking about, if you are so wired to not be a quitter, are you missing out on some of your life that's meant for you? Or are you okay with quitting? Like, I quit my pre-med degree because I wanted to be a pediatrician, then I wanted to be a pharmacist. So wild, because now I'm like, I would never even, like, I would be so, like, in my gut sad to be a pharmacist now, knowing what I know and having my spiritual beliefs that I do. But back when I was asleep, right, because in college I was still sleeping, and I wanted to be a pharmacist, I wanted to be a pediatrician, and I hated, there was one semester I had no math classes, I hated it so much, and organic chemistry too was just like the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life, and I was so pissed I quit. And I called my parents and said, I quit pre-med. And they were like, no, you did not. And I was like, yes, I did. And they were like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I'm going to get a math degree. And they were like, to be a teacher? And I was like, no, I'm not going to be a teacher. Well, then what are you going to do with a math degree? I said, I'm going to be an actuary. And they're like, well, what is that? And I was like, have you ever seen the movie Along Came Polly? Just kidding. Although the conversation did go a little bit like that. It went a little bit like that. But can you quit? Can you quit the things that are not meant for you because it's just so not meant for you? Or are you like, I'm going to keep powering through because I'm not a quitter? I don't know, food for thought on a Wednesday morning. Let's get going into the rest of the conversation. Hey, how to protect your energy when you work with toxic people? You shield your energy. You shield it. So Alessandra, same thing that I just mentioned to OBS, which is, there is my first pinned video is all around grounding, centering, and shielding. So cleansing the chakra system, grounding into Mother Earth, taking that healing energy, bringing it up the chakra system, centering it into the heart chakra where the manifesting energy truly lives, and then pulling the white light energy down from God, Source, Universe, Creator, putting it around you in this powerful shield. So now you've created really powerful energy, and then you've put a shield around it. Nobody can be messing with my energy. I'm unbothered, okay? Today is a beautiful day. Yes, it is. Laura, oh boy. Lorjana, is that how you say your name? Thank you for the follow. Loriana, I'm not sure how to say it. VIP Deborah says, maybe quitting is actually a strength. Yep, sometimes it is, but we have to understand the why behind quitting changes the game. Exactly, VIP Aaron, you know. I'm programmed not to quit in life, but quit constantly in my mind. Yeah, so there's a difference between, like, Shay, and I don't know if this is you because I don't know, like, super personally, but there's a difference between, like, inconsistency, self-sabotage quitting when you're meant to quit, right? And then, like, remaining on the path when the going gets tough, even though this is your path kind of vibe. So many different ways to look at it. Many different ways to look at it. Waffleicious, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Along Came Polly, all these good references, I know, right? As a managed gen, no longer beat myself up about it. One of the most freeing realizations, yeah. Alessandra, if you feel like your job is so toxic, then you can work on finding a new one, manifest a new one, right? Allow yourself to create a better life for yourself if you're in a place where you're not really loving it. It is a beautiful day, but it's 4 degrees here, so OMG, Mel. No, thank you. Yeah, it outside my house always is a little bit, thank you, VIP Erin, for the heart me. It's always a little bit tricky because outside it looks like it's a nice, beautiful, sunny day, but the trees do not have leaves. Therefore, I know it is cold. And it's been so cold, even in the south. Like, what the heck? Okay, so let's go on to the next conversation. Those were just kind of like my food for thought ideas. So step 1, if you see something good in someone, it lives in you. If you see something bad in someone, it also lives in you. Step 2, maybe you don't realize how good you're doing because you keep raising the bar. So pat yourself on the back every once in a while. Conversation 3 was if everything is going wrong in your life or you're stereotyping in a big way or claiming all in on something, my exes are psychopaths, I would like kind of sit with myself, do some self-reflection. Why is it that every single one of them is a psychopath, but nothing is wrong with me? That kind of a vibe. And number 2, can you quit? Do you know when to quit? Do you know the signs from the universe that are telling you to stay or go? That kind of a vibe. Stay or go on your path, by the way. Let me clarify, because, you know, people will take things out of context sometimes. In the end, everything's happening as it should. Everything's happening for you. Yep, Mars, you got it. 9 degrees in Kentucky. VIP Deborah says, this is a very good conversation this morning. Thanks. Well, VIP Deborah, thank you. Thank you. VIP Ali says, the cold is my joy. Vibe in the cold and snow. Oh my gosh. Go on, girl. The cold is not my vibe at all. I prefer to be by the pool every single day if I could. Someday my life will be that, but right now it's too cold to be by a pool every single day. All right, so let's switch topics. We are absolutely going to start manifesting. For those of you that are my VIPs, remember we are going to switch over. So I'm ending live YouTube stream at around 9:50, and I'm going to switch over with my VIPs at that time on TikTok to manifest an energetic wave together. YouTubers, I have no way of doing this for you right now. I need 1,000 followers before this can happen. So if you want to join me on TikTok and subscribe to my channel there, you can for $4.99 a month, and you can get on the wave Wednesdays through Fridays together with us. All right. Cosmic Collective members, really quickly before we get into this next topic, reminder that we have energy healing tomorrow at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. energy healing tomorrow inside the Cosmic Collective. I will send out Zoom details this morning, and I'll also send you a 1-hour reminder tomorrow, so you have that in your inbox. And yeah, if you're interested in hanging out with me in a greater capacity, the Cosmic Collective, you will get access to my daily Discord. I have not yet adjusted the price online this morning yet, so you could still technically get it for $33 a month. But as soon as I end this live, it's going to $49 a month, so you could join there. You get group energy healings, you get monthly spiritual chats with me, 2 Q&As a month, live on Zoom, and you get spiritual lessons each month, and you get access to me on a daily Discord to ask me questions, vibe with me throughout the day, whatever it is you want to do in the Discord. So think about that. I write astrology reports as well if you're new here, so if you're interested in learning your highest vibrational energy through my lens, you could check those out as well. And I do offer some healing courses, an Unleash Your Manifesting Power course where you heal your energy so you can manifest. And once you do that, you might be compelled to do some Reiki or practice Reiki or start a Reiki business. And I do offer a Reiki Attunement Energy Healing Certification course, Reiki Master. So all of that being said, let's go on. Thank you, VIP Ali, for that. VIP Erin says, oh yes, I didn't put that on my calendar. Yay, I'm going to miss today's manifestation and wave. That's okay. I'm starting the process now because I want to get in a nice flow. And yeah. VIP Erin says, Catherine, OMG, what happened? Oh, 9 degrees, I see. Yeah, no thanks. Okay, so I was listening to a quick YouTube video this morning. Robert Greene, he writes many books, Mastery, The 48 Laws of Power. There's a plethora of books he's written. I think I read the 48 Laws of Power a while ago. I can't really remember. But he's interested in writing, he's interested in people, he's interested in, you know, kind of the psychology, so kind of interesting. And I came across this YouTube video very randomly. It was only 14 minutes, so I said, well, might as well watch it, see what he says. We are going to use me as an example because I know me and I know my childhood, I know how I grew up. But as I give my examples, I would like you to tap into yourself and think about kind of maybe how you're on a certain path now and if it is congruent to what you were interested in as a child or whatever, okay? Thank you for the TikToks and lighting up my gift gallery, VIP Erin, and for the perfume. Oh my gosh, so many gifts. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I've got to be back to C5 almost soon at this point, but remember when we were all the way into B5? I remember that. That was awesome. Thank you for the gifts. Okay, so the interesting part about this conversation is once I learned astrology, I realized how legit my childhood was as far as what I was interested in. Because, you know, your birth chart is the blueprint, right? It's kind of the blueprint. It's not going to tell you what to do. You're not controlled by your stars. But it does give you a pretty good roadmap of how you could step into mastery and really create your reality truly very easily. I didn't learn this astrology for myself until maybe a year ago. But it all lined up very beautifully. So thank you for the heart hands, VIP Deborah. I appreciate that. Ooh, Lindsay, calm down. VIP Alex says, I just want to say the amount of people referencing Mel Robbins in my life since you talked about it. Oh, interesting. So if you are interested in me helping you understand your soul's purpose from an astrology perspective, I do write a Your Soul's Purpose report. It is $77 and you can get it in my link in my bio under astrology reports. And if you're interested in bundling it, you can bundle it up with another report, either the Wake Up and Win or the Fast Money, and you can save some money by bundling and saving. So with that being said, let's get into it. He says, think about what you did as a child. Like when you had alone time as a kid, or when you were really like, just wanted to be by yourself, like what were you into? And so I was like, okay, well, when I was little, I was a big daydreamer. I was like an imaginative kid. I was always kind of doing some make-believe something. I would like to just lay in my room and just kind of look at the ceiling and just think. Like I was just pondering life when I was little. I wanted to be an archaeologist at one point. I wanted to be an astronaut at one point. I wanted to be a pediatrician. I wanted to be a social worker. I went to school for math. I have a math degree, I have a finance degree. And then I did some fashion school just because I had to get into fashion in Los Angeles. And when I was little, my mom used to be really enamored by like meteor showers. And so although I tell you guys stories about my mom and I kind of having a little bit of this kind of sass energy together, she probably doesn't realize that she's a big reason why I'm so fascinated by the sky. Because when we were little, and I remember this specifically, it was the dead of winter and it was so dark out and we lived in the countryside, so we got to really see the stars. And she put us all in our snowsuits. My dad was sleeping, by the way. My dad's like, I'm not doing this. She put us all in our snowsuits, and I remember going into the backyard, lying down in the snow, what felt like the middle of the night as a little kid because it was so dark, I don't know what time it was, and we just watched the meteor showers. And we did this often. And so I think about and I loved to read when I was little. I loved to understand things and learn. I felt like I was like a researcher sometimes, right? And so when I think about the trajectory of how my life has gone, I'm like, wow, well, you know, spirituality has a lot to do with mathematics, right? Sacred geometry, all that. It's like I research. Of course, I wanted to discover something as an archaeologist, so I'm discovering myself and I'm discovering what energy means and how that looks for people. An astronaut, I mean, come on, that's quite interesting. I've always wanted to be up in the sky, so now I'm like, well, if I could astral travel, once I start to learn that, it's kind of like I fulfilled my astronaut dreams, right? And so you think about all of these things that you were vibing with as a kid. I shouldn't say I am very musically gifted. I was good I played saxophone, I played piano. I was just good, like naturally good. So I was into music. And so you start to think of these things and like, how does it all vibe together? So I'm like, okay, well, sound healing, I'm into frequencies now. And then I look at my birth chart and it's so blatantly obvious that I'm here to do something very spiritual and to share it far and wide. Anyone with a 9th house sun, you're meant to share something far and wide. That's kind of your biggest thing, right? You're a teacher. You have a lot of wisdom and knowledge and you're expanding it out. So what is it for you? What is it for you? It's very simple, but maybe you don't remember certain pieces. He says, it's in the details, right? Things are in the details. So I thought this was interesting too. He was sharing about how he consults with a lot of people and businesses, people that want to figure out their soul mission, whatever else, their life mastery, and they come in with like big generalities, like, oh, my employees don't work XYZ type of way or whatever. And he's like, I want to know the details. And I thought to myself, that's quite interesting because I have a private client that I'm working with, and last night we were together, one of my clients, and we were together, and we were talking about something, and she shared a detail, and I was like, well, this is a very important detail, because and had she not shared it with me, we would have still maybe been working towards some similar things. And I was like, well, let's get rid of this, because this is a detail that's actually building resistance, and we want to release the resistance. And so then I thought to myself, maybe that's why they say the devil is in the details. Because I'm always thinking, why do they say these things? Why do they say these little idioms? Like, right? Ignorance, yeah, for sure is bliss, because once you have the spiritual understanding and you don't implement it, you're frustrated. The devil is in the details. If she would have never shared that with me, we would have never broke that limiting belief. We would have never stepped into a new frequency. So you look at the details and you start to piece it together. It's so beautiful. I'm going to catch up in the comments. Good morning. Caramel Frap 777. I like that. Welcome to the chat. All right, let's see. Me too, VIPW does daydreaming things, experiencing things, exploring things. Yep. VIP Ellie says, to VIP Aaron, need to get it. What's going on? VIP Ellie says that Pisces alloy is the same way. Correction, I still am this way. Yeah, exactly. Listening to audiobook. Wish I had a hard copy. Too many nuggets to highlight. VIP Ellie says, oh my gosh, we used to do the same with meteor showers. My nan would come over and watch. Yeah. Then with us, layout or trampoline, she always brought snacks. They're still very special to me. Yeah, it's a really cool, cool memory for me. Thank you for all the hand hearts, you guys. VIP Aaron, thank you for the hand hearts. All right. That's the show. So I have 10 minutes to spare, so I guess we could. I don't know if I want to start any Florence Scovel Shin now, because I feel like that would be kind of wild and crazy for 10 minutes. Do you guys have any questions for 10 minutes? And if you don't, we can go on. I guess we could do some Florence Scovel Shin. VIP Aaron says, hey, I made my comeback post on my Facebook. Oh, that clap was loud. Round of applause. If everyone could say congratulations, VIP Aaron, in the comments, because this is something that has been coming. I'm not going to say a long time coming, and I'm not going to say a short time coming. It has just been on its way. And so if we can just give some claps. Hey, Bex, welcome to the chat. Hello, Mamta, welcome to the chat. VIP Deborah says, oh, Tony, I didn't even see you sneak in here. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the chat. Good morning. VIP Deborah says, congratulations. I will go look at your Facebook, but I don't know how to find you. That is amazing. VIP Ellie says, congratulations. If you are inside the Cosmic Collective, you know. That's why we're giving a big round of applause, because you know. And I'm so proud of all of you, because all of you are making serious headway in your realities, in your dreams. Thank you. It has been 33 weeks. Listen, you didn't have to out yourself. VIP Aaron. Alessandra says, what are some good limiting beliefs that really work for your clients, or do you have a good video? Wait, you don't want limiting beliefs. You want to delete the limiting beliefs for your clients. You don't want them to have limiting beliefs, right? So yeah, we want to delete them. I don't have a video, and limiting beliefs could be anything for anyone. I mean, there are so many things to believe in the world, right? So it's kind of hard to pin that down. So say something like money. Like, I grew up with my mom telling me we never had enough money, even though it was clear that we did. When I look back on my childhood, we had enough money. So, and my mom, by the way, to this day, still talks to me about how her money flow. And I'm like, can we just stop this conversation already? And I just say, okay. I say, Mom, your financial advisor tells you all the time that you have enough money, so please stop. I was like, and plus, you have 3 kids, and since you birthed us, I think it's like our job to like make sure you are okay. So like, you have 3 kids, each of your children has a partner. So you have 6 full people that can help support you monetarily if you need that. So please, like, just let that go. So something like that, we don't have enough money. Money is hard to come by. Money doesn't grow on trees. I use money because it's a very obvious one. Most people have some sort of limiting belief around. So I hope that helps, Alessandra, but you want to delete them. Oh, affirmations for them. Once again, the affirmations would depend on where they're at in their journey. If my client is really struggling with money and I had them say, I am wealthy, that would be a crap affirmation. It wouldn't be a good affirmation because they're so far away from wealthy that that's hard. So I would have them bring in the feelings of wealth, money, riches, start to say those words. When they're ready and they feel good with those words, then they would bring in the I am, something like that. But I don't have a list of affirmations, and every single person is different, so yeah. Been here but forgot to join. What? Back to what? If you've just been watching it like on your For You, on like my page or something, I don't even know how it works. I'm like, I really don't ever go in people's lives. VIP, Erin says VIP, Deborah. It's private Facebook. I started 2 years ago, connected to the biz. Affirmations, Share it with us in Discord. Yeah, you could do that. VIP, Erin. All right. I have been very proud because I filmed some more for my vlog, part 2, week 2. Week 2 of my vlog will post on Fridays. You guys, if you're interested in watching my spiritual progression, I am recording that for you. And it's going to come in a very Lindsay way. It is not going to be pristine. It's not going to be well edited because I really do not care at this moment in my journey. I'm doing this by myself. I want to get the information out there for people. Sometimes when I'm filming, I feel like I'm like filming Blair Witch because it's just like, but whatever, you know what? You got to do what you got to do. And I don't want to present some perfect life because that's not real anyway. So I want to present who I am and what I'm all about. If you're interested in following along on my journey, I am very much deepening my spiritual connection. It started, I would say maybe like a month ago. The first post is already on my YouTube channel at I'm Lindsay with Love, and I'm filming this week right now. So I filmed a little bit Sunday, filmed a little bit Tuesday, I think, no, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, I think. So this week I'm showing you around my hair cutting experience. I'm showing you my smoothie making experience, and I make smoothies each week for my partner and I. My spirulina, what goes in my spirulina, and just talking through some other things, of course. I also decided that I think it's time to buy my birth chart report from you as I head to this phase. VIP Erin, I have not raised the prices. So if you're gonna do it, put it on Klarna and do it today, or go for it, because they're literally, the prices are rising like after this live. So, but of course it's gonna take me a second to fiddle around with the back end. So please do it. Save yourself some money. I mean, at this point it's like 40 some pages. It's like wild. So yeah. Catherine says, VIP Catherine says, I love how it's authentic. It's all real and exactly what it might look like if others did it. Thank you for that. Yeah. I mean, half the time my face isn't even in the video. I'm like, hey guys, I just, you know, I don't want to be the one that's like, this is exactly the spiritual journey, because I don't believe that. I think you get to that point, but also then you just become so comfortable with yourself that it's like, I don't know, like, in some ways I love the production. I love the idea of having the stage and the whatever and the nice, you know, the room that's set up very like I'm sitting in a magazine. But on the other side of it, I'm like, but you know what? I like to just come on and be live and just chat it out. I want to just have a combo. I don't want to be like, so this is Lindsay, right? Okay, so let's get going, I guess, you guys. We're gonna have to get going. Okay, thanks, VIP Erin says. Yeah, mine has been so helpful, Catherine. VIP Catherine says, VIP Alex says, I forgot what I got from you, but it was definitely spot on. Thank you guys so much for that. That was, you got the Your Soul's Purpose, Allie. Catherine got the full-on one. VIP Erin says, VIP Catherine, I have other reports and full sessions, so it wasn't in a rush. Yeah, same, but I think for the purpose of documenting your journey, it should be as real as possible. I agree with that, right? That's why I'm doing it this way. When you guys watch me cutting my hair, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I straight up zero makeup. I've got clips, I've got buns, and then like moments where I'm just like, ah, and then I freak out. And so yeah, it's just very real. It's like when you're breaking through some barrier, when you're leaving a limiting belief, this is the realness of it, right? It's not just a presentation. Have a great day. I'm off to get Botox for my migraines. Go on, Bex. Love that. I hope you feel better. Who's getting ready for a meeting? Okay, have to go get ready for a meeting. Okay, we're gonna go, YouTubers, we're gonna head out. If you are watching on YouTube and you also have TikTok, you might wanna follow me on TikTok at Lindsay with Love. I don't think TikTok is going away. TikTok makes way too much money for all of the Americans, so that's not gonna happen. And I recommend, if you're interested in getting on the energetic wave and manifesting with us in the next 10 minutes, to Wednesdays through Fridays. Wednesdays through Fridays is VIPs. people that subscribe and pay the $4.99 a month on my TikTok. Mondays and Tuesdays, you get it for free, 50 free. So there's that. So we're gonna go over to subscriber only. Have a great day, Bex. I hope you feel better. VIP Catherine says it motivates us to show up authentically. Yeah, I think so too. Because when I do it, you're like, okay, like permission is granted, right? Now, if I was a fashion blogger, or if I was somebody who was like lifestyle and editing and architecture and interior design, it would be a different story, but I'm not, right? I'm not a fashion blogger, although I love fashion, but I'm like, you know what? My outfits can be for the weekend, I guess. All right, so let's go. YouTubers, have a great day. We're gonna log off YouTube. And for the rest of you that are still subscribers, I'm gonna switch it over to a subscriber only viewing screen. So stay with me. For the rest of you, have a great day. If you're interested in subscribing, you can click up here and click subscribe. It's $4.99 a month.